a seat.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of the Glass Table, a brand new AFL show that is coming to you live from the pair. The headquarters are in session, the recording studios are open, and I have my co-host for the show, Mr. Jared Thomas. JT, it's good to have you on board for what is going to be our greatest show ever.
Oh, absolutely it is. Get that Pez on a pod. Glass table's coming for it.
Oh, it took 0.5 of a second. We've already insulted Hutto and Pez on a pod. Oh no! Well, we're here. We're look. I think we'll just say it. We're here. That's all that needs to matter.
I wouldn't say we're well. We're definitely here. Certainly, we made it, but we're not well.
No, we're not well. I think we're just here. We're awake and we're speaking. That's the three things I wanted to tick off. We're live, we're speaking, and we're awake.
I honestly, about an hour ago, I felt like I'd been run over by a truck. So we've improved. Certainly, we're getting there.
Oh no, it's already bad. Anyway, we're here not to talk about our drunken states, even though we could do that for years. We're here to talk the Glass Table. It is the brand new show for the pair. It's the AFL show. It's something that's not going to be me for 20 minutes talking about how dire Port Adelaide are at the moment. But JT, St Kilda too, but that's your channel. I think, I don't know. The intro was obviously we're going to talk a bit about how we got here. So talk about how we got here.
How did we get here? What was the start? Well, back in January of 2022, I joined the Inner Sanctum.
Early 2022.
I joined the Inner Sanctum. And then the absolute beautiful show of the name of the Wednesday Whip Around existed. And one day Ant couldn't host it. And the onus fell on me and I hosted it. And I got a lovely message from Ant afterwards saying what a great hosting job I did. And from there, the love was born.
It was like I watched the Whip Around and I was just thinking to myself,
did you? I didn't.
Well, I edited it. I was the one editing that thing, not you. You just hosted it for 20 minutes. So I watched it back and I thought, he's not bad. He's got talent. I might pursue that. Well, that sounds wrong, but anyway, I think overall, then we got to know each other through the Inner Sanctum, and then push come to shove, there was a trip to Adelaide that won't go any further than those details, and we spent a weekend, a few of us together, and I don't know. Ever since, the bromance has just grown into footy-loving nuffies who like a good punt and a drink, and now we're here at the Glass Table. We spent a Vance trip together. Came up with the idea.
That Vance trip. Well, it was the birth of the name for this, for one. It wasn't the birth of the idea. The idea came before, but the birth of the name came from the old Vance trip.
Yeah, the Vance trip. We wanted to spend the whole, second half of every evening hanging around the Glass Table, and it just sprung on me. The best part about it was the idea of the name came to me in the airport.
We haven't hit the Glass Table yet.
I was like, the Glass Table, that's not bad. We've seen some obscure names for podcasts. Like, I can't name off the top of my head because my brain's not working, but if like, no one would call a podcast List Cloggers ever, but it's now one of the biggest AFL podcasts going around. Like, we're talking even, I don't know. I've got no idea.
Go for the examples and then just completely mind blank.
I've gone for a few. But you know what I mean. Like, it's obscure, it's niche. It will get the eyeballs talking.
But it's exactly what you needed to know. Everyone knows exactly what you mean when you say the Glass Table. It's the classic Glass Table. It's very, very Australian. And, many a time in the Vamps trip, we'd be sitting around the Glass Table and Jacko or Brando or someone would say something about something footy related, and we get into a 45-minute spiel about obscure Hawthorn players from the 2013 side. Obscure, they won premiership that year. I don't know. Just give a random year.
Hawthorn
You know,
2013, first premiership in 5 years. Yeah, let's go obscure.
I don't know. If you know what I mean, we'd be trying to go somewhere, but we'd be too in depth in our chat about some random footy thing. So the glass table was born, and here we are.
Well, we came up with our top 5 players or something, wasn't it? It was like a team.
Yeah, my team was a winner.
Yeah, what was the criteria? It was like one.
It was one
each.
defender, one forward,
Yeah, that's right.
one mid, one ruck, and then a bench.
It was like a draft.
Yeah.
Like a fantasy draft, but we had just chose the best people.
It was good. It was good.
That. It was good fun. It was good, but also you just pick the best 5 and then you'd argue it. But like I went future. I can't. There was like Sam
What was the
Taylor.
criteria? It was Mecca. Jeremy Cameron. I had like Rowan Marshall. I was rolling. I had like an elite squad. I'm sure I got Stephen May as well. I don't know how you guys let me get those, but there we go.
I think I had Tom Stewart, Connor Rosie. I was looking future. I know it wasn't the criteria, but it was my criteria. Criteria. I just had a stroke trying to say criteria too. Speaking
You
of
tried Canelio in that AFL preview.
yeah, that was Stephen Canelio. See, I can pronounce it now. But back then I couldn't. All right, let's speak of obscure. Now you put a question up as soon as we went into Twitter.
Yes.
And you jumped at the opportunity to have your own little Twitter spout. And I saw this. And this was the first official tweet other than the lovely photo of us out and about. What is the most obscure footy moment you've ever been in attendance for? This was yours. You went to the Gold Coast's first ever win at Amy Stadium, and you didn't support either team, nor do you live in Adelaide. Now, I do think that is the definition. I didn't like that too much because that game ruins me. And I think you knew that too.
To be fair, like, it is the most obscure thing I've ever been a part of. And it just happened to be what was the other team in that game. But, like, it is obscure as. Like, it's very, like, why would I be there?
You mentioned another one too, wasn't it? Like, I think you told me another time you went to the game that Jay Schultz kicked 7 against Brisbane.
I was sitting in the Portuguese squad. It was the first year you guys were doing Never Tear Us Apart. I was sitting in the Portuguese squad and you beat Brisbane by about 120 and Jay Schultz kicked 7. Unbelievable.
We were wearing our 2000. It was our 10-year premiership anniversary.
Yeah.
We were wearing.
Remember they flew in. Someone like parachuted with the premiership cup. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 100% sure. I am 100% that was what happened.
I think it was Mark Rashudo. Got that, Roo. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, no, it definitely was parachuted, but it was weirdly parachuted. It was almost like it was.
I think he almost screwed it up. Whatever it was.
Oh no, it wasn't. It was parachuted, but it was almost like he jumped from the roof climb.
Yeah, he like just circled around for a little while and then just kind of just plopped himself in the middle.
I don't know how they allowed the 2004 Premiership Cup to be walked around the top of a roof climb, but again, Mark Rashudo, what are you doing? I don't think that was intentional. A few of the comments we got, JT, I don't know if you've got it up in front of you, but there are a few.
Hold on. Wait, I'm going. I'm getting it. I forgot that I had to do that.
A few moments later.
I've got it here.
I forgot that was my thing. I forgot that was like literally the one thing I asked for.
You got one job.
To get it up. Literally the one thing I asked for and I forget to get it up. Here we go. I've got it. We're good.
Don't say that out of context. One thing you have, and you forgot to get it up.
There's some very good ones here though. I think I'm just reading through them now. Like I remember reading them at the time and they were so funny. Like I think my favorite one comes courtesy of our friend Lachlan Onions. Where he says, so he's got a two-parter. The first one was Gold Coast Suns home game at the Gabba. Suns won. The second one is the funniest thing I think I've ever read in my life. Lions versus Sydney at Burpengary Regional Sports Park in 2014 pre-season, where Buddy kicked his first goal. I think someone's response was, "What the fuck is Burpengary?"
Yeah, is that even like in Australia?
That's so
Where the hell's
funny.
Burpengary?
Burpengary. That's
Nice,
so good.
Gary.
There's some really good ones. Dobbo's, Jack Dobson's a good one. I was watching the Swans at the SCG. The first match he ever watched with the Swans at the SCG was that Lewis Jetta kicked his first goal after he kicked 19 straight behinds. I remember that one. I remember that game.
Oh, the 19 straight behinds. I've been there before.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
What's your favourite
I mean-
one? What do you think's a good one of these ones?
Oh, well, bias, I think. Antonis. Saw John Butcher earn the future tag because he kicked 6 goals against the Dogs. And that was the same game. It's good because in the same game, Jason Tutt scored 4 goals with 4 kicks. So
What
there's
are the
10
chances?
goals kicked,
I never see that.
10 goals. There's a few others in there. Like, Maltese Falcon deserves a shout out because I like this one. I attended a Carlton final in the 21st century.
I was
You can't
debating
get
whether
more-
or not to put that one in. That's so good. Breda Patane, that time when Fremantle were forced to play a home game at the MCG against Carlton and Paddy Dowd dominated the first quarter. That is obscure. Paddy Dowd dominating a quarter. Jacko, Fremantle versus Gold Coast. Fremantle versus Gold Coast. Hayden Ballantyne kicked 4 and a loss to the Suns after Lynch and Martin combined for 9 goals at Domain Stadium in Perth. I live in Newcastle and support Sydney. I was going to say, a special shout out to our boy Lachlan Dan. I went to the first ever AFLW showdown with the hosts of the Glass Table. Funnily enough.
It was a very good night, that one. That was the October night I was talking about. And I got lippy.
Got more than Lippy.
Well, it got to the point where he had to move away from me. This is
I
what
thought we
I'm
were going
doing.
to get our heads bashed in by what did Hutto call it? 4 Eyes. No, you called him 4 Eyes.
Oh my God, I got him. Look at 4 Eyes is chirping. It was chirping. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you got any other ones from that one that are good?
Pepper Star. Oh no, wait, that's an ad. Never mind. I've stopped that one up. Looking, they're looking through. Was an Oz kick. This is Cow. Was an Oz kick kid for the game where Goods had a shot after the siren to beat the Dons that Eddie had and missed. Not so obscure, just instant. I don't remember that.
I do, but well, to be fair, all the Swans and Bombers games are always like a kick after the siren or like something happens at the end. I'm pretty sure that was also like Swans and Bombers was also when Courtney Dempsey played on the siren, and like I think that was that one, and it was the Gary Rowan mark in the goal square, and it was Wayne Rampy climbing the goalpost. Like there's all different ones. Like Swans and Bombers have so many weird things at the end of their games.
Jeez.
So
Courtney,
it's weird. It's just blends in with the rest of them, I think.
Courtney Dempsey's a real throwback.
Yeah.
Courtney Dempsey.
I never thought that.
Really, it's really like they're not 2 first names; they're just 2 names. I wouldn't really say they're 2 first names, but they're not really last name. Like Dempsey can be a last name, but I don't know. That's just my thinking pattern. Courtney Dempsey was also the one that literally carried me through 2013, 14, 15 fantasy.
Oh, isn't he also the one that did the bounce and then he heeled it back over his head and like landed back in his hands?
Yeah. Yeah, that
Man,
one.
so we get in touch with Courtney Dempsey. Get him on the show. Wait, I think I have his phone number. Might be
All right. 13 10 60. Call in Courtney if you're listening. Give us a shout out. I don't think there's much more. Saw Max Bailey kick the first 3 goals of a game in round 5, 2013. Stadium was cheering in disbelief as he was the most unlikely goal kicker. That was from
Bailey.
Stred.
That is. Wait, what year was that? Did you say 20?
Round 5, 2013.
2013, obscure Hawks player, Max Bailey. Yes, I knew it.
Max Bailey is an obscure.
Hawks player from a premiership season. Let's go.
I think I've just found the title for the first ep. It's just Max Bailey. Max Bailey. This one's from Liam. Will Langford kicked the goal to force a draw against GWS in 2017.
Langford. Will
Did that
Langford.
happen?
That's Will Langford. The only thing I remember about Will Langford was wasn't he the one that kicked that miracle goal against, I want to say, Sydney in one of the grand finals?
Yeah,
It was like a
2014.
dribbler. Yeah, it was like a dribbler. It was unreal. That's about the only thing I can remember about Will Langford.
That prick tagged Boak in the prelim and cost us a grand final spot.
What a prelim it was.
Oh,
Wow.
don't bring it up.
I was going to say, I'm sorry. That's my bad.
So Cairns was good last year.
I thought you were going to go straight to the 2004 prelim. I'm not going to lie. That is exactly where I thought you were going to go with
No,
that.
I just went with the one of many that I could
The
bring out.
recent Saints Port games.
So Robbie Gray's pretty good.
I will quit this podcast. Like, I'm just
Just that is the quickest show exited ever.
that's all the first
Yeah,
episode.
so that was your tweet, and it was very good, JP.
Thank you. I liked it. I thought it was pretty fun.
The reaction of myself seeing that afterwards was, I finished footy training and I just see what you put up, and I was like, that's really good. And then I read it out loud, and I was like, that's not so good. And then you tweeted the response.
What did you say?
I said, oh, for fuck's sake, Jared. And you know it's serious when I use Jared.
Oh,
Jared.
I know. Anthony.
Yeah, so that was a good tweet. I think obscure things in general for this podcast is something to expect from many of you that are listening, because we are very obscure. We do like a good chat about very random things. And yeah, like what were we doing? We were doing this at once. I was naming random. Oh, you did another one actually. Random Fremantle players.
Oh yeah, that was just to accompany one of the memes that we made, and then yeah, it was just obscure Fremantle players.
What did you do? There was a few of them. Like there
There were
was
some good
quite a
ones.
few. Byron
There's some
Shammer
like-
was mine.
Andrew Shipp, Roger Hayden, Troy Cook, Kingsley Hunter. I cannot even say these. Kingsley Hunter and Kepler Bradley. Oh my word.
Kepler Bradley.
Kepler Bradley, what a name that is.
Kepler Bradley. That's another one that just not quite two names.
Not two
Not
names.
quite, no.
Bradley is close. Bradley is close.
Bradley's your first name, but
Kepler
Kepler
sounds like a food. Is Kepler not a food? Is that not what Kepler is?
Kepler sounds like the brand of the food that it comes in.
I am 90% sure Kepler is a food. Oh, no, it's not. It's
Is that a dog food?
It's a planet.
Is it a planet?
I think so. Oh, whoops.
No, it's not. Is it?
It's like an unnamed planet or something. This is obscure. We're not even talking
Hang
about
on.
football anymore.
hang on. You just said it's a planet, but it's an unnamed planet named Kepler. Which one is it, brother?
I'm in shambles, mate. I am in absolute licorice all sorts. I'm just all over it.
Licorice all sorts. Yeah, now quite a few Fremantle obscureness. Well, they would be one that's quite obscure because they haven't had a premiership.
The one
Which
team
is-
we can.
Well, one out of
Yeah.
three. Freo, GWS, Gold Coast.
The other two get a pass because no.
Oh, because they're underage. they're like 10 years old. Anyway, Garrick Ibbotson used to be one of my favourite Freo players.
I love Gary, and like Gary Gibson's so funny to me. I don't know why. I think I had a footy card of him.
Oh, yeah, I think that's one of those chip packet ones.
The chip packet ones.
The Smith chips. I wonder if
The
they got one for
Sandboys.
Yeah, the Sandboys. I wonder if they got one for Kepler Bradley.
He's the chip.
It's not really a chip, but it is a chip. It's just potato. It's Kepler Bradley. Michael
Oh,
Apenis. Michael Lepet. Yeah, I'm not going to say that again. Des Headland.
Des Edler's another one. That's a footy card.
You know
Oh,
what's
wow.
really, really, I think the greatest look for Fremantle is Justin Longmuir
Great answer. Oh, yeah.
in the long sleeve with it rolled up.
Yeah, absolutely. I
I
also
think
think if anything with the 3D anchor is just spectacular. Specifically the long sleeve 3D anchor, like as a
Oh.
specifics, but the jumper that I lended Jasper for the Gold King challenge, I'm convinced it gave him powers because he won technically, or he tied
He didn't
in like the
really
best
win.
looking jumper of the day.
He did. He looked very good, and I think a long sleeve in general is just it's almost is obscure.
It is just, especially if you're a Hawthorn player in G13.
Chad Wingard was the alpha male bringing it out round one after Clarko got the
Round one after
got the
Clarko
sack.
leaves straight into the long sleeve.
And it was like 25 degrees. Well done, Chad. Glad you went to Hawthorn, mate. I think the other one as well was like when we played, like Port played the Crows in a showdown. It was very wet and it was very cold, and about 6 of our players were wearing the short sleeve over the top of the long sleeve. And I was thinking, it's not under 14s, boys.
I was about to say that is the most local footy, like junior local footy thing ever. Wearing a thermal underneath your short sleeve.
Oh my god! Yeah, and we lost that by 80 points that day.
That's sad. In the wet too. It's tough to do.
We were wearing 2 Guernseys.
All the weight.
All the weight of it. I think, yeah, like obscure is one thing. We're going to talk like when we get into the season properly. We'll talk about each round. I don't think the Pracky matches really need a discussion, JT.
I think they do. We had a good win.
Oh, okay, go on. You know what? Get your 2 minutes. I think we might have just created a segment on the spot where JT gets to gloat about St Kilda winning. You got 2
yeah,
minutes.
like that's going to be a recurring segment when it happens 6 times throughout the year.
That's obscure. Obscure
we're good.
segment.
We're good. Rowan Marshall.
Now tell us.
Rowan Marshall's really good. Mason Wood, who is obscure in himself, was unbelievable. He's actually been really good since he joined us for no reason at all. Ben Butler
Where
was
he
good.
before?
North.
Oh, no wonder he was good.
I hated him. This is obscure. This is a weird footy
Oh,
moment
go
I
on.
remember. Monday, Saints versus North would have been like a Sunday 440, funnily enough. And it was like tied, or they were up, like North were up 1, like in the last 20 seconds. Mason Wood, this is when the shot, like the countdown clock had just started. It was like first season of the countdown clock. Mason Wood like takes a mark or something like that in the pocket and literally stands there and watches the countdown clock go all the way down to 1.
Oh, I remember that.
And I was fucking losing it in the stands. And then he joined us like 3 years later.
And there you are. You do presses and stuff now, so it'd just be like one day when he
One
rocks
day I'm
back
going to
and
lose it at him. One day I'm going to interview him and be like, I should fucking do it. What is this contract?
Hurry up and answer your questions. You're on the clock.
You're not looking now, are you, Mason?
Oh, you can't be straight and direct with your answers now, can you?
Nah, we're good though. You want to talk about Port, or are you just going to skip over it?
No, I think my channel's heard enough about it. I think the pair, can't wait to see Boak back. That's about it. I didn't realise he had that much of an impact, but him not being out there definitely is a 7-goal difference. So, so he brings talent, he brings leadership and sex appeal. Like we don't have that any other time, so I think it's all right. But it's Travis Boak. No joke, he's a bloke.
Appeal. Sex appeal. That's a topic. Stupid, sexy AFL players.
That's one of our segments.
Segue. What a perfect segue to stupid, sexy AFL players. Stupid, sexy AFL players.
Have you got one?
I do. That's my favorite one. Or do I start with the best, or do I leave it for like round 1? We've got like a couple that are like lower, but like my favorite, I'll save my favorite for round one. But I'll go with one for
Okay.
now. It's a classic. Everyone knows this one.
Mm.
The Pat Lipinski. Watching the
Oh.
practice match. Watching the practice match on Thursday or Friday, but the Thursday. And you've seen him run around, you're like, yeah, man, Pat Lipinski.
Do you know what's funny is the fact that you look at him and go, yeah, he's a good looking man, but then he got injured. So it's like, you can be sexy and injured. I'll put my hand up.
I was about to say you fed out last year.
I've never had more appeal in a shoulder sling than I did last year. I don't think anyone has, JT.
Oh, how's the woe is me. Oh, shoulders in the sling. Can't get out there with the boys. Somebody love me.
Just turning the sausages on at the barbecue. It's a real captain things that,
Oh my god.
Leadership agrees with me, mate.
Man, I
Um,
mean,
What can I say? I don't really have one because I didn't realize we were going to do it in this show. So off the top of my head, I'll just start with Travis Pope.
okay. Yeah, okay. That's fair enough.
One thing I actually didn't plan. You didn't plan to have a look at the social media while we're on the show, and I didn't
Yeah.
plan about stupid, sexy AFL players.
Players.
Oh, who came up with that? That was you.
Yeah, it was. So I think
Stupid, sexy.
I think it's the dog is crying. I think it's it's just how I always think about it.
Stupid, sexy players.
No.
Yeah, so that's a very good segue. Well done. I don't think we've got too much more to go through in this first one. I think we're just very happy to be launching our podcast / AFL show. It's going to be obviously on Spotify, AFL. I wish.
Really? Jeez, how'd you pull that?
Well, soon. Mm.
You pulled some strings down AFL headquarters. Gee whiz.
Yeah, look, you can't get rid of stupid, sexy Ant. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're going to be on all social platforms. JT will be doing all of that. I'll be doing the editing in the sweatshop, as I call it. Just quickly though, this could turn into 20 minutes. I'm just saying. AFL 23, when that got announced, I think we first saw it when it had the fake cover that it was actually very believable.
And then
it
the
was
fake
coming out-
date. Yeah, it
Yes,
was like a
March
different date.
27th.
Yeah, it's like soon. And I was like, oh, Jesus.
I was thinking, surely not. We haven't even seen a trailer. But then they launched it 2 days later. I think you jumped into one of the chats and was just like, gather round.
It's the day of the Thursday game. Unbelievable timing. How is that? That is unbelievable.
Maybe they're doing like just one state sales. It's just all in South Australia.
So all in South Australia, you have to roll your PS5 into the. Well, I mean, I'll be there, and I'm gonna bring the PlayStation anyway. So I don't know why I wouldn't.
Are you actually going to bring it?
Yeah, I'm bringing it. I don't care. If I'm not at the footy or getting drunk, there's nothing else for me to do. Then
I've
I'll do it.
already seen Adelaide once. I don't have to see it again.
I've done it before. I walked down that one street. Crown
Yes.
across the road.
Those traffic lights got her working. I went home that night thinking, and all I could hear was the Walker sign. I think it was daylight saving that night too. The second
Oh, that was
night.
the second night. Oh,
And
Oh,
we
it was-
were in Chivago's, and the thing went off, and I was like, "Oh, it's only 150." Next thing you know, I've gone to the bar, come back, it's 3:05. It's there for an hour and 15 minutes.
I could not believe the 1:59 till 3 a.m. shift that it rocked me. Like it actually, I think it full on set my night into disarray because I was like, oh, I can't do this much longer. Oh,
No, it was so good.
so good.
So good. Never had it so good. Yeah, so AFL 23, you're bringing the PlayStation over.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
there's no much expectation for the game other than we get an AFL game again.
Unbelievable. I like when it's kind of I think the hype is better now than it was when AFL Evo came out because like AFL Live was obviously really good. AFL Live 2 was not. And there was a pretty big gap between AFL games, and then AFL Evo got announced because it was like the first one for the PS4, and I was like, huge. And I was so excited, and then I played a lot of AFL Evo, and then I didn't get 2 because I knew it was going to be good because that's just how it happens, apparently. They just don't make good sequels to these games. And then now it's kind of like the same amount of hype. I'm so excited. I don't care. Like, there's a lot of talk about the graphics, and they're not good. We know that. That's fine. I don't care. As long as it's fun. Like, AFL Live didn't look good, but it was fun. So, like, it's fine. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
AFL Live is arguably probably the best game.
I love
On this-
AFL Live. There's AFL Live, and then there's like Premiership 2004. They're both probably
Yeah.
the top two. And then Evo's okay, but it's probably not at that level. Yeah, AFL Live. I played the most AFL Live. Like, that was like the one that I
Yeah.
played.
Oh, the PlayStation was overheating at some
Yeah.
stages. Like I could hear it screaming, "Just turn it off."
Like a plane taking off in my bedroom.
We're now boarding. AFL Live Premiership 2007. That whole series was good. If it lives up to anything like that, I think we've got a good game on our hands. I just hope they bring back something where we can press a button and you snap the ball. I'm sick of this lining up crap and you just
It's too hard. Yeah.
then you got to adjust to the wind.
I have one prerequisite for this game, and if it has this one thing in it, it'll be good to me. And it's not even anything to do with the gameplay. If I load up this game and I hear an Astro mix and then it plays Holy Grail, I will just be in love. If it plays Holy Grail, you open up the game, that's it. You won't see me for weeks. Where will I be?
No.
Playing PlayStation.
An Astro mix.
Oh! So high.
I forgot all about that.
I'm saying, I don't care about the gameplay. As long as it's got Holy Grail in somewhere in the menu, I'm happy. I'm good.
What was the other song they had? There was one. AFL Live had that, and then there was another one that I thought was actually just absolutely fantastic. I can't remember.
We'll figure that out. That'll be next
I hope-
week's. That'll be the start of next week's episode. We'll figure out the other song.
I'll let you know. I'll let you
Yeah.
know what it is next week. Well, that's your requisite. Mine is simply have an intro again.
Yeah. Fair.
Like the 04 one was good. 05 was absolutely
Posted that
amazing.
the other day. Yeah.
No, that was 07. 07
That
was
was
07 was the GOAT because of multiple reasons. 05 was very good because I had just had a montage of Port winning a flag. 06 I don't remember too. Oh, I had the Born to Run.
Oh, yes.
Born to Run. Yeah, it was a good song, actually. And it took me, JT, no word of a lie, it took me 15 years to figure out who made that song.
You made the song?
The Casanovas.
Really?
Yes. The
Yeah, you're right.
Casanovas.
Right.
It took me 15 years. I would type lyrics into Google. I would look it up on Spotify.
Get it?
LimeWire. That was before your time.
Look at the back end of LimeWire.
Nothing. I get
no.
I get to 2 years ago, and I'm like, oh, this. I remember this. And I look in the comments section, and it's got, oh, what's the song? The Casanovas, Born to Run.
Change your life. Forever.
Well, it solved one mystery of many. But yeah. So I don't know. Have you got anything else to add?
Not really. Honestly, I think most of my brain powers. Hey, it was I should have prepared before today because I knew that as soon as I woke up this morning, I was like, "This is going to be a tough day." And
I'm
not
glad
gonna
it's
be-
our debut,
Yeah,
because if we did this round one, atrocious.
if I had to prepare any sort of analysis, I would have been out the window. I had no chance. No chance at all.
Yeah, so Carlton were good, but as you can see by the scoreboard, Richmond
I
was
didn't
better.
win. With a Dermot Burton commentary.
Oh, damn! What a lad.
Dermot's commentary. Oh,
He, what's his brand? Oh, who's that? David King. What's his brand? Well, losing at the moment because they're 0-1.
you just get the feeling that if the team that's down, you just get the feeling that if the team that's down by a goal kicks the next one, it's game on here. Thanks, Bruce. Good stuff, that.
I think it's BT that says it's game on from the start. Well, no shit, mate. The siren's gone.
Oh, it goes 0-0.
Scores a level
I'd be
early.
confused if the game wasn't on. So,
Imagine if they brought in like the sports bet handicaps and the teams actually started 6.5
the
points
lines.
up. Depending on your ladder position is how much you started up. But like Geelong versus North Melbourne, and North get a 3-goal head start. And they still lose by 80.
3-team goal start and still lose by 80.
But yeah, no, we're going to bring a lot of fun, I think, with this one. And as you can tell, we're going to be a lot better than this. But JT, I think that'll do.
I will do. I'm pretty happy with how this has turned out, to be honest. I was in dire straits just before, so I'm happy. It's been a good episode, and I'm glad to be getting started on this lovely new venture on the pair. Now it's my first sort of official appearance on the pair. I've had little cameos in videos and things, so about time I get my voice out there a little bit more.
It's like when you watch Marvel movies and they just like tease characters, and then you have your first official one. I'm like Nick Fury, and this is you're Ant-Man or something. No, you're better than
I'd
that.
be Ant-Man.
Yeah, no, fucking weird. No, you'd be Iron Man. This is the original. It's the start. It's 2008 all over again.
Exactly. Here we go. 2008. Good year. We made a prelim. Robert Harvey retired. Not a great year, actually. I lied. It's fine.
I don't want to talk about 2008. We're still recovering from getting our pants pulled down by 119.
Oh, there's going to be so many 119 references this year.
Oh,
Please don't kick me off the show. And also, please don't hate me. All the Port fans that are going to watch this, please don't hate me, because I do like Port. And as you can tell, I go to a lot of Port games for no reason. I'm always there.
Yeah, 2014, just attending round 4. Oh, that's good.
Oh, whatever. I don't know.
But yeah, no, that's going to do episode 1 of the Glass Table. JT is on board. He is the co-host. In fact, he's probably a major shareholder now. So get it stuck into it. Make sure you follow him on the socials, follow us on the socials, subscribe to the channel, because we're nearly at 5,000. And when we get to 5,000, there might be some Glass Table merch.
Ooh.
And it's not just a glass table from Bunnings with my name on it.
Delivering a glass table.
Could you imagine just me and my Commodore with a glass table strapped to the top?
Strapped to the roof.
I'm actually just picking it up from Marketplace. But anyway, thank you very much for watching, tuning in. Make sure you as I said, subscribe to the channel, follow JT, follow the channels, and we will see you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back and probably in better condition.
You'd hope so.
Well, I don't know our plans yet, but it could be dire.
Recording on Sundays might have to get have to be rethought.
We might have to review that one, mate.
Score
Score review.